what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Leila and today I decided to quickly update you on this new beauty procedure. I think it's a beauty procedure that I got, and to share with you some tips and advice, some things to consider before getting it done. And as you can see from the title, it is navel piercing. I got my belly button pierced a month ago, so I waited long enough and I cannot wait anymore. I need to share with you guys all the tea, how it was, my experience, aftercare, and to give you, in a way, big sister advice, okay? So if you're ready, let's begin. So first of all, if you are considering getting navel piercing done, it is mostly because you see it more often now because it's back in style, just like back in the early 2000s. And as early 2000s are back in general, like fashion wise, you see belly button piercings more often, and I did too. So by seeing them more often on my social media, I was like, it looks so cute, so pretty, I need to get it done. So I was actually thinking about it for a whole year, and I was kind of not sure for many different reasons, one of them being that I never got piercings done. Like, I only have my lobes pierced, and honestly, like, who doesn't? And I got them pierced when I was probably like 1 year old. And before you come for me, I am Azerbaijani and Kazakh, so my Kazakh relatives just took me and got my ears pierced because that's like, I think that's a cultural thing. So everyone pretty much in Kazakhstan gets their ears pierced early. So as I was growing up in Kazakhstan, that's what happened. So, you know, it's my culture, so stay away from me, okay? So I don't pretty much remember anything about that experience. And honestly, I always was into tattoos, and I was like, when I'm gonna grow up, I'm gonna get tattoos. But piercings, I never really wanted them. So when I got this urge to get belly button piercing, I was like, really interesting. But now that I got belly button piercing, I'm honestly so into piercings, but I don't think I'm gonna get them done anywhere on my body. But my ears, I do want to pierce my lobes, like 2 or 3 lobe piercings, like, so additionally 2 more, and maybe helix, I think it's called, somewhere here. But I don't know, because I know that you're not supposed to sleep on that side for up to a year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, that's what I've heard, and I don't know if I'm ready for that commitment, you know. But then when I was thinking about belly button piercings, I was like, actually, this was so cool when I was like 5 years old, because I was born in 1995, so early 2000, I was like 5-6 years old, and like Britney Spears was the most famous icon at the time, you know, and everyone wanted to be like her. And she had belly button pierced, and she always was showing her torso, her belly, you know, and it was like always like iconic. And I, as a child, was just like, oh my god, she's so pretty and everything, you know. So like now it's kind of like an act of self-love for the young girl that wanted to get belly button pierced when she grows up, and I completely forgot that was a thing. And also because now it's cool and trendy, and I was edgy enough to get my belly button pierced. So that's my story and my reasoning to why I wanted to get belly button pierced. But also, can I just say, if you watched my body confidence journey, I was talking about my relatives, the same relatives that got my ears pierced, pretty much fat shaming me when I was younger, because I, like, when I was a teenager, like, you know, hormones and everything, I gained weight, and that's like pretty normal. But like my Kazakh side of the family, being Asian, they're all petite and cute, and you know, and I don't look like them. So when I was a teenager, I gained weight, and they were like fat shaming me, always like pointing at my belly, and that really traumatized me and led to eating disorder. So I always felt like belly button piercing is not for me, because like in my head, you know, I'm still that child that was bullied for her body. So I was like, you know what, I'm 26 years old now. I actually got my belly button pierced the next day after turning 26. So, and I'm like, this is my act of self-love. Like, I'm gonna do it for me because I'm good enough. I'm good enough for whatever I want in this life, you know. So that's like why I also got it. So if you want to get belly button pierced but you're like not sure if that's for your body type or whatever, girl, go get it done. Don't let the society tell you what to get and who gets what, you know. Like, fuck those stereotypes, fuck those beauty standards. We're here and we deserve everything we want in this world, okay? Okay, now let me share my experience how it actually was. So I went back home to Almaty and I booked an appointment. I also got 2 tattoos if you guys watch my other videos. So I was like edgy as fuck, you know? I was at home for months and I was like getting all the stuff done that I wanted, you know? So I was like, okay, it's either now or never, so let's go and get the belly button piercing. So I got an appointment with this piercing girl that I found on Instagram. Honestly, I liked her page and like aesthetically pleasing photos, you know, and I was like, her jewelry looked good, like not her jewelry but the jewelry that they have at this piercing place. And she was based at the tattoo shop, and it was actually in this part of the city where I've never been. So I was like, okay, like it's not the city center or whatever, but I was like, okay, whatever, like it's just a tattoo shop. And then I walked in and honestly I didn't have a good feeling about the place because it was like this tattoo shop that like back in the 90s were a thing, you know, where like some people still think like tattoo shops are all like this, like alternative scene, you know, hardcore, like rock. I don't even know what this aesthetic is, but like that's not my aesthetic. And I never went to a tattoo shop that was like that. I always go to girls and like all their tattoo places are very like stylish and cool and like very minimalistic and girly, you know? So I was like at this tattoo place where like it was like a bunch of rock scene people, you know, and they were all like looking at me like this, and I was like, hi. I was like, okay, whatever, I'm just here to get my piercing. And they were like, oh yeah, like go there. And like I walk into her like room that she has, this piercing girl, and she's like, okay, let's check your belly button, because some belly buttons are not for piercings. And I did check that online, and I knew that Audis, which mine is not an Audi, cannot get belly button piercings. So I was like, that's not me, like my belly button is okay, I'm gonna get it done now. And then she checks my belly button and she's like, yeah, no, you cannot get it done. And I was like, girl, what? And she was like, yeah, no, like it's not gonna heal well, like the way your belly button is like not like, it's like it will look like we pierced your belly, not your belly button. And honestly, now that I got it done and we're gonna get there, like I'm like, what, like it looks completely the same as all other belly buttons. Like I don't know what she was on about. So I was like, really? She's like, yeah, but we can get your ears pierced if you want, like your ears look perfect for like piercings. That was like, I was like, what? Okay. I was like, should I get ear piercings? Because I was like in the mood to get piercing. Like I prepared myself, I talked to my cousin who got belly button pierced, like I watched all these videos online, and I was like, I'm gonna be one of the cool kids finally. 5-year-old Leila is gonna be happy. And then she's like, no. And I go home, I call my husband, I'm like, this happened to me, they said I cannot get it done. And he was happy because he does not like piercings. He's into tattoos, but he's not into piercings. That's so weird though. Like I feel like usually people are more happy with piercings, but like tattoos controversial still. So yeah, my husband is one of a kind. And then I told my mom, and my mom was like, well, you know, what can you do? And I was like, you know what, you guys, I am gonna go to another place because I need to make sure this is like not happening for me. Because what if it's just the girl who didn't want to do it? Well, I don't know what happened, but let me go to another piercing place, and if they say no, then that's it, like I'm giving up. And then I found this piercing place that is part of this aesthetic clinic, and they usually like do all sorts of like beauty procedures, like, you know, lip fillers and like I think even like plastic surgeries. And I honestly never got anything done, so I don't know, but I just like their vibe, I like their page. Yet again, like I honestly just check Instagram, and if the page is legitimate, it always has like people, you know, commenting, tagging them. Like that's how I personally check, but you do your research your way. But that's how I personally like to do it, because I feel like doing it on Google or other platforms is just like, I don't know, I just do it on Instagram, whatever, okay? So I was like, okay, let's go. And I literally booked an appointment one day after my birthday. So I did it like a few days before I booked an appointment, and I went on 10th of March, which my birthday was on the 9th of March. So as a 26-year-old, I walk into this aesthetic clinic and I'm here to get my belly button pierced. And I was honestly like 90% or 80% sure that they're gonna say no, you cannot get it done, and will turn out the girl was right, and like my belly button for some reason is not made for piercings. And then this lady that was my piercer, she was so nice. She actually does some other procedures there, like not only piercings. And honestly, I do recommend you, if you can, get your piercing done at like medical facility. Like, I don't know, like, because as I said, tattoo shop where I went was like alternative, and it just like was not my vibe. And I feel like you can just trust medical professionals more, especially with piercings, because piercings are so much more work than tattoos. I say it as a person who has 5 tattoos and like 3 piercings, but I don't consider like low piercings even piercings. It's like, you know, it's just a low piercing. I had it my whole life, so that's why I don't even think, oh, these are piercings too, right? I was really happy with the place. It was like bougie, aesthetically pleasing, and you know, I love me some bougie vibes, and people were super kind and nice, which like compared to the first place where they were like, we're too cool for you, like you're not cool enough, you cannot sit with us, you know, giving me this attitude. But I was like, whatever, I'm here for my piercing. But like the second place, the aesthetic clinic, they were super kind and nice, and I was so scared for some reason. When I went the first time, I was completely chill and fine, but the second time, maybe because my body knew it was coming, so my body was shaking literally. I was so scared, I was so nervous, and I kept texting my cousin because I was like asking her all things about piercings. So I was like, I'm so scared, oh my god, and she was like supporting me, which by the way, Albina, if you're watching this, I love you. So she was supporting me, and I was so scared. So I walk in and I'm like, she'll say no, like I cannot get belly button pierced. And then she's like, okay, let's check it. She checks my belly button, she's like, yep, we can do it. I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. And I did not tell her about my experience because I was like, whatever, I'm getting it done, let's go for it, honey. So that only like makes me question why the hell the first girl did not want to give me my belly button piercing. Why? Because like it's been a month, and honestly I did not have any problem healing my piercing. We'll get there, but like I just don't know, because like I don't know, that was weird. Maybe she just didn't like me, maybe she didn't have any jewelry with her to pierce my belly button, and she just forgot about me, that I got an appointment and like I came and she was like, I don't have jewelry. I really don't know. I have no idea what the hell happened there, you know. Fast forward to actually getting my belly button pierced. This piercer that was actually piercing me gave me a form to fill out all about like my medical condition, you know, and then she turned on this machine that they have to sterilize all the things in front of me. And obviously she used a needle, and needle was a one-time use needle that she opened in front of me. I was honestly so nervous about the procedure itself that I did not pay attention as much as probably I should to like all the sterilization procedure. But she was explaining everything, so I was like, okay, yeah, sure, okay. And like that's so important. If you come to a place where they don't sterilize or like tell you about all these things, like maybe don't get piercing done there. Like make sure that you go to a legitimate place that really cares about your health, and you know, does everything by the book, so to say. So as I was filling out this form, it was like 3 pages long, and the machine was working for 15 minutes sterilizing everything. And then, you know, we chose jewelry. I chose the jewelry that I'm wearing right now, and it's exactly what I wanted, like a little bling, you know. And I'm happy that they already had that, because I saw some people getting piercings without the bling, you know, and I like the bling. Like I like a little jewelry there. So I'm happy that they had good jewelry. They had something to choose from, and I had variety of choices, so I chose the one that I like the most and I love it the most. And I honestly don't want to change my belly button piercing anytime soon, like the jewelry, so I might keep it my whole life there, you know what I mean? Because I just like it. It's minimalistic, but at the same time it's gorgeous. And so we got my belly button pierced, and now let's talk about pain. So pain honestly was bad. I love getting tattoos. I always talk about how, you know, pain from tattoos, I don't even consider it as pain. Like, I enjoy it. I know it's weird and yada yada, but I honestly love. Oh, also, if you guys see this, this is temporary tattoo because I'm 5 years old and I was bored, and we had these like temporary tattoos from some candy my husband got. So we were like, oh, let's do it, and you know, it's still here. It says no bad vibes. No bad vibes, bitch. I love tattoos. So when I went for piercing, as I don't know how it is, what it's like, I had no idea how it's gonna be, and I was asking people and everyone was like, oh, pain is like, you know, it's fine. I think I do have quite high pain tolerance, and I'm okay with pain, you know, but belly button piercing did hurt. Like, it's not a painless procedure. And I don't think you should use ointment creams. I do think you can handle this pain. It's very quick, but honestly I felt more pain when they use clamp to hold your skin so they can like poke it. So the first skin that she went through, you know, I felt it and it was not hurtful, and I was like, oh. And then the second one was hurtful though, like the one on top kind of. That one hurt more, and honestly it did hurt after getting it pierced. Like the lower one I did not feel at all, but the higher one like hurt the most, and it was bleeding. Yeah, as she pierced it, she was like, yep, that's it. And I was like, oh wow, like it's not as bad as you think it is, and it's very quick. And then it took like, I think 10 seconds for my body to start, like the area started kind of burning, because like, you know, I just poked my fucking skin there, you know. It's something I've never done before, so of course my body did not know what's going on. It started hurting. And if with tattoos, once you're done, it's like it's over. With piercings, once you're done, it hurts more. But yet again, this is just my experience, so I don't know how it's gonna be for you. This is how it was for me, and it was hurting. And she put on, you know, a plast, and she told me how to clean it and all, and I will share it with you guys in a minute. And then when we went to pay for it, she noticed that my belly button started bleeding, and she's like, oh my god, you're bleeding, let's go back. So we went back, and I had like this stain on my white pants, this bloody stain, because there was quite a lot of blood, like surprisingly, because when she just pierced my belly button, she was like, oh, not a lot of blood at all. But then once I stood up, you know, and I walked a bit, it started bleeding, you know, from moving. She put more stuff on it. I don't know what she put, like, you know, to stop bleeding. And she told me what to use if I'll bleed again, so I'll tell you guys what I did. And then I was not bleeding. I went into the car. I got taxi, and honestly, when I was in the taxi, I was feeling so low. Like, I felt like I'm gonna faint. Like, I felt like I don't know, like something is going on with my body. Like, my body was definitely going through something. I don't want to sound like a big baby, but I was really like, I was in the car and I was just like out of it, you know. I completely did not fucking understand what's going on, and it was kind of scary, you guys, not gonna lie. So when I finally got home, I was like, just like, honestly, walking was too much. It started hurting more, so I was like, I'm gonna lay down and just drink water. Like, I swear I felt so lightheaded. Like, I swear I never felt this lightheaded. So that was so weird for me. Okay, now aftercare. So as I said, I was bleeding when I just got it done. So when I came home, and she told me in a few hours to remove this, you know, special plast that she put on, and if I'm gonna start bleeding again, she told me to use, wait, I always forget these like chemical names. So she told me to use hydrogen peroxide. Although you're not supposed to use it on your new piercing, she told me to use it only when I'm gonna be bleeding to stop the blood. And honestly, that's the only thing that stopped the blood. Like, I was bleeding pretty much the whole day, so I bled. When I removed this, you know, bondage that she put on, I was bleeding again. Then I added hydrogen peroxide and it stopped. And then I was like, oh, okay, like it's good, right? Like I'm not bleeding anymore. And right before going to sleep, when I was about to go brush my teeth, I got up from bed because the whole day I spent laying, guys. I was not able to move at all. Like it was hurting so much. It was like burning. It was hurting me. And I've seen people like getting their belly button pierced and like going out and like doing stuff. I was not able to do that. Like getting up was hurtful. The only thing that was not hurtful is laying. Like I was just laying, watching stuff and eating. So I would not be able to, you know, get my belly button pierced and like go to work or anything like that. So don't get it done during your lunch break or something like that, you know. Definitely have the whole day full for you to rest. Or like if you're going to uni, school, whatever it is, like just have the whole day after your belly button appointment for you to rest. At least that was the case with me, and I'm not even that sensitive, you know, but it was hurtful. I was not able to walk, and I think it took like 2 or 3 days for me to actually like be able to get up from the bed and not to feel pain. In general, pain like lasted for a week, and like after a week it was like normal. It was not like hurting me. It would just only hurt if I would bump into it, because you know, like it's so new that your body is not used to. Like I feel like I was just so used to like my belly just going like this, and now like if my hand would go and like bump into my piercing, it would hurt more. So I felt it. After a week it was not hurting at all. I was able to wear pants a bit high-waisted, not too tight though, but high-waisted, so, and that wouldn't hurt me, which was amazing, because in 2 weeks after I got my belly button pierced, I was supposed to fly away from home, and I spent like 17 hours with layover and everything in the airport, on the plane and everything. So you know, I was like sitting for 17 hours without being able to lay down, and you know, I'm so glad that at that point my piercing was not hurting me anymore, because if that would be the case, I would be dead. Like it was just so bad. So I did use hydrogen peroxide just those 2 times when I was bleeding, so right after I took off the bandage, and when like at night I went to brush my teeth and like it started bleeding again. I honestly have photos, but I'm not gonna show it to you guys because like, you know, YouTube does not like blood, and it just looks so bad. Like honestly, it was just like this jam and like blood all over. Sorry if that's too graphic, but I was actually scared because I was like, maybe that girl was right, like maybe I'm not supposed to get belly button pierced. But guys, after that first day I did not have any trouble with it. Like knock on wood, like it was all good. It did not hurt me. Like I followed instructions of my piercer and it was all good. So if you like me will have an experience of one piercer telling you not to get it done, maybe like go to another piercer to make sure, because honestly I don't know what that girl was on about, because I had a great experience with my belly button piercing, and like yeah, it did bleed the first day, and that happens to a lot of people. So I honestly do not understand what was wrong. And she told me to use for 2 weeks chlorhexidine. I actually don't know if she told me for 2 weeks or 1 month. I feel like she told me for 1 month, but after a month I texted her and I was like, hey, like am I supposed to still use chlorhexidine? And she's like, no, you were supposed to like stop using it after 2 weeks. And I was like, huh? But I used it for a whole month. I sometimes still like clean my piercing with it. I do know that a lot of videos and like information online says to use saline solution, and I have it as well, but I never used it on my belly button piercing because I was just following my piercer, what she told me. I didn't even open this one, what my piercer told me. So, and I had no trouble using chlorhexidine. It's in Russian because I bought it in Almaty, so, but I'm sure you can find it anywhere. But honestly, like follow your piercer's instructions, because I'm not a piercer. I'm just sharing how I did it, and it worked for me, and I kept it clean. And now after 1 month, as I said, I would every now and then use it, but honestly I just use soap. I would just make bubbles out of soap, you know, and like go at it with my hands, and then just like make sure to rinse it off. This is how I do it, and this is information that I found online. I honestly don't know if I'm supposed to still use saline or like chlorhexidine. Definitely not, because like my piercer told me not to, but I still like use it every now and then because it's been good for me. So I just use water and soap these days, and it works for me. I don't know, I'm not here to like teach you guys. If you have different information, follow your piercer's instructions. That's all I'm gonna say. And now 1 month later, I feel great. My belly button piercing, as I said, only hurt me for a few days after I got it done. Like after a week, I forgot completely that I got it done. But of course, every time I would look in the mirror, you know, or down like on my belly, and like I would see this gem, actually 2 gems, you know, and it's just like so pretty, and I'm so happy that I got it done. Like after months, I can tell you that that pain was worth it. I would just like, I wish I knew that it was going to be so hurtful, because I thought, you know, I was scared about the pain when you get it pierced. I did not prepare myself for the aftercare process, you know. I did not know that like I wouldn't be able to walk. It actually felt like the whole surgery procedure was done, you know, like because it was so hurtful for me to walk, to get up, get out of the bed, you know. So I was just laying for the first day. Second day, I actually had to go to psychotherapist appointment, which turned out to be canceled. Either way, so I had to go somewhere, and I wish I didn't, because, and I'm telling you, don't go anywhere like for a few days. Take a few days off, like if you can take a few days off, and especially if someone can take care of you, that would be perfect, because I was such a baby, like I was not able to walk and move. But as I said, after a week, like it was all good, it was all Gucci. I'm so happy I got it done, you guys. I'm just like so happy and proud, and I do recommend everyone, if you want to get it done, go get it done, honey. It's so pretty and it's totally worth the pain. And now a few things to consider before we wrap up this video. I'm gonna add timestamps for you to move to the part that you're more interested in, you know, but I needed to share all the tea, you know, and my whole experience. So it's like story time plus tips kind of video, okay? So first of all, things to consider. If you want to get pregnant anytime soon, do not get belly button pierced, because you're supposed to take it out. And you know, belly button piercings, I don't know about other piercings, but these ones apparently close up so quickly. I've seen like on Quora, you know, where people ask questions and other people answer. I've seen people like share how they took it out for some reason, and next morning or in a few hours they cannot find the hole anymore because it closed up already. So belly button piercings, if you just got it done, they close up very quickly once you take them out. So if you are planning to get pregnant and you're trying to, and then you're like, oh, I also want belly button piercing, it's better to wait for after your pregnancy to get it done, or like not to get it at all, whatever. But you definitely cannot have it when you're pregnant, because your skin stretches, and I don't know, I was just told you cannot do that. And also consider, like, would you want to get your belly button pierced again? I got to know that when my piercer was piercing my belly button. She's like, do you plan to get pregnant? And I'm like, not yet. And she's like, yeah, because you'll have to take it out when you'll be pregnant. And I'm like, good to know. My next advice is to get your belly button pierced at the city where you live, because you actually need to, maybe like if you have any complications, you know, you need to go to your piercer and discuss with him or her, with them, you know, what to do, and either like take it out or like maybe change jewelry or something. I've seen so much stuff online about like complications with belly button piercings. They can be tricky, so that's something I did not think about, and you know, I did not see information about it before I got it done. So I wish I knew that, but thank God I did not have any problems with it, so it turned out well for me. And of course, you can always go to a piercer in your city where you live if you get it pierced somewhere else like I did, but it's just better, I feel like, to go already to a person who pierced you. So I would consider that, and I would advise you to just get it done at your hometown or like wherever you live. Something I already mentioned is that you cannot change your piercing. Like, it takes about 6-9 months or even a year for you to change your belly button piercing. I've seen a lot of different information online, so of course talk to your piercer. And honestly, usually they say to go to your piercer to change your jewelry, so don't do it by yourself, and don't do it just without asking your piercer, because it might give you more things to work with then, because I've seen people getting all sorts of things and body reactions to new jewelry. So just keep your initial one for as long as possible, and definitely consult with your piercer before changing your jewelry. Now, next thing to consider is what kind of jewelry the piercing place where you're gonna get pierced has, because from my research I've learned that the best one right now is titanium, and that's the one I have, and also gold. But I do not recommend to get gold because, as I said, a lot of people have complications with belly button piercing. Some even like their body rejects their piercings. So why would you spend money on gold piercing if you might not even keep it for a long time? You know what I mean? But it's up to you, of course. But I think it's better to splurge on other things, or like in the future to get gold piercing when you know for sure it's all good, it's healed, and you will have it for a long time. But like, what if you are gonna get it done and then your body's gonna reject it? What are you gonna do with that golden earring, you know, golden jewelry? Like, sell it? I don't know. That's just like tricky, you know, like who will want it? I don't even know. So yeah, I do think titanium is the best, and the reason why it is the best is because they actually use this material, like they integrate it into body like during different surgeries. So like apparently it's so close to our body. Like, I actually don't know, but it's just like our body thinks it's part of it. Like, our body does not consider it like a foreign object. Wear something comfy for your piercing appointment, and just buy or get some low-rise jeans or sweatpants for after your appointment, because honestly it does not hurt, but sometimes, you know, my belly button piercing can bump into pants if they're high-rise. So that's why lately I've been like wearing everything kind of low-rise, also in my lookbooks, you know, which I don't usually do because my body type is like pear, so it definitely suits me more to wear high-waisted things. But right now it will take some time for me to start wearing high-waisted things again, so I do wear a lot of times just low-rise things because they're just so much more comfy. And especially on the day of your appointment, like it's gonna be so intense there, like you definitely don't want to put anything above your piercing, so just wear something low rise. Another thing, if you're getting your belly button pierced right before the summer, maybe don't, because you won't be able to go to the sea. Yep. Hi. Filming. Why? So you won't be able to go to the sea or the ocean, or even bath won't be a thing anymore for about 6-9 months, and even up to a year. So I got mine in March, so I don't think this summer I'm going into the water. I might go to the beach and just lay there and tan, but I'm not gonna go into the sea. I know some people are reckless and they're like, I'm just doing it because I feel like it and it's okay. I'm just like so careful because I don't want any trouble with it. I just want it to heal well and like to have it for as long as possible, and that's why I'm just gonna be a good girl and not go to the sea this summer. So I think the best timing to get belly button pierced is September, honestly, because you'll have 9 months to heal and like you'll be ready for the summer. So that's my personal advice. Next thing to consider is, of course, check where you're getting your belly button pierced. As I said, I'm so happy that it turned out the way it did, because I did not like the first place where I went. So I feel like that's just the universe taking care of me and like putting me in the right place with the right piercer. I'm not saying that first girl was incompetent, but I don't know why she turned me away and she told me we cannot do it, because as I said, it went perfectly well and it did hurt, but that has nothing to do with my belly button. It just like, it's piercing. Obviously your body is gonna react a certain way to a piercing. So yeah, do your research, and if possible, get your piercing from a medical place. I know that a lot of medical centers actually have that, like, you know, beauty aesthetic clinics have piercings available, so I would do that, to be honest. But if you're okay with going to tattoo shops, which is like much more common, do that, but just make sure to go to a place that is legitimate and you have a good feeling about. If you walk in and like you don't have a good feeling about this place, just walk away, or just come for consultation before your initial piercing so you have a better feeling of how it's gonna be, you know? And also I feel like make sure that they have jewelry that you want, because as I said, you won't be changing it anytime soon. So if you're getting jewelry in, make sure it's something you like and they have the variety of choices and you have something to choose from. So that sums up my video. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed the whole experience of getting my navel piercing done, and I do, as I said, want to get 2 more or 4 more piercings, so we'll see how that will go, because I'm kind of obsessed now with jewelry more. It's this new fun world that I'm opening and I love it. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click that bell to get notified about my new videos, and leave a comment down below letting me know if this video was helpful for you or not, and if you consider getting piercings anytime soon. And if I forgot to mention something and you guys have experience with navel piercings, definitely feel free to let other people know. Just be kind in the comment section, that's all I'm asking for. And I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you. Bye!